games begin. Yes, people, it's your host, Sir Drumz. Another edition of the Black Diplomat Show. Welcome to all, one and all. I hope you have a great week, and I hope your weekend is marvelous. We have a special guest today who goes by the name of Empress Tash. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, I see that big smile. So how does it feel to know that you're joining in as one of the team, one of the Black Diplomats? What's your feelings towards that energy right now today?
I'm feeling truly blessed. It's like something really special, I think, and something really positive that we're just putting out there to everybody. So, yeah, I feel really good to be part of it, and thank you.
All right, Empress Tash, let's jump in because I know your time's very precious right now, and I know the people are anticipating to hear our voice and all that, and what the topics are. So, let's jump in. First round. First topic is being young. Talking about young people in UK now, being young and having social media. And when we say being young, we're talking about like 10, 9, those ages. Not really 11 and 12, you're on your way that way anyway, but 10, 9, 8. Should you really have social media at those ages, or should you be really going through the stages of life, enjoying yourself, bike, football, youth club, fishing, whatever it is young children do nowadays? Should you really have social media at that age? Is it good for you or is it bad for you? Do you want to start this, Empress Tash?
Well, I think it's not a good idea for any young person to be using social media under the age of 10. I think that kids need to be kids. True. At the end of the day, and a lot of society relies on social media too much. Yeah. They're pushing the kids into that where they want children to be active and outdoors, but they're closing all the youth centres. True. And there's nothing really out there for the kids to do, so they then go onto social media, whether it be computer games where you've got Fortnite, they're just sitting down playing computer game all day. True. Or they're on social media, YouTube. They're on, what's the other young ones? I don't even know because I'm not really on it. Yeah, all them stuff. I think sometimes it's easy as a parent just to give them the tablet or give them the laptop and just say, oh yeah, go and play on there. Yeah. And they're not really engaging in them as much as they should be, or making the children be active. It's just, I think it's as simple as that, and just knowing what your child is doing, because sometimes, although you think you're monitoring them, things will slip through on the internet. True. And they may be exposed to things that you didn't want them to be exposed to at that age. True. So I just feel like, just those young, even up to about 16, I just don't think children should be on social media, because it just warps their mind on certain things where they think that's reality, especially on body image. True. Like you see a lot of these Insta models and stuff where they've photoshopped the life out of themselves, or they've had plastic surgery, and they're making you think that's the norm when it's not. So I just feel young people in general just need to step back from the social media and engage more with each other and go and do a bit more active things.
And what I want to ask you as well, Empress Tash, as well, like, we know that a lot of people got social media and all that. I've got social media. Instagram, these young sisters, young diplomats that is photoshopping and, trying to look overgrown, I would say overgrown, to try and get an attraction or get some attention. Mm-hmm. What would you say to these sisters? Because obviously you're going down the wrong road. You're not. You're overstepping your mark. You're going beyond where you need to go. You're trying to look for that attention, and that type of attention is always going to be negative. So what have you got to say for that, them sisters?
I think it's a difficult one. It is a difficult one because where we are so heavily involved in social media now, and it's all about getting famous off being on social media and look in a certain way, that we as an older generation need to try and talk to them, but it's hard to talk to them and say, look, this is not going to play out well in the long run. Men or women are not going to respect you in the way that you want to be respected, because you're portraying a certain image and a certain lifestyle that you probably can't live up to. And a lot of these young people want to be all flash on there or be all hard on there, and then it all comes crashing down. And it's like, it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one, but I think their parents or their elders that are in their life need to kind of be more involved with them, so they can know, so they can see what is actually going on, what they're actually doing on there. And I think it's just having that communication and having that family bond and things like that, where you can and are able to talk to somebody about things. Where they sometimes feel that they can't talk to people, they're on Instagram getting likes, thinking, oh yeah, that's my friend now because I've got a life. And this is my life. Well, it's not real. It's not reality. You're in a bubble. So it's a hard one. It is a hard one.
Thank you for the energy, Empress Tash. I want to say big welcome to Empress Tash. You know, she's definitely coming, kicking them bars. But yeah, I will continue on that and also say that I think it's very damaging for these youngsters to have social media right now, because they don't really know what they're getting themselves into. You know, and us as adults, we use social media and it's very addictive. So you just imagine putting someone on social media at 10 and 9 years old. By the time they get to 12 and 13, they're fully addicted. And these things, they carry some addictions to them. There's something about them that they're using to hold people's emotions. That's why people are getting up and they're reaching for the phone, or every minute they're looking for the phone and they want a reaction and they're waiting for these ticks, and is playing with your emotions. So these little kids get trapped up in that. By the time they're like 15, 16, 12, 14, whatever, they're finished. Exactly. Their whole life is about this social media, and this is why we need to like kind of brainwash them back out of this, because that is not actually reality. And even us as adults, we need to brainwash ourselves back out of this, because we're falling too deep into it. It's not real. You know, someone might see you and laugh at your picture or take the piss out of you or say something about you on social media. That's not actually real life. There's no guarantee that you're going to see that person down the road. It's no guarantee that you're going to have a conversation with that person. This is on social media. So if you look up for social media and get on with your real life, you can ignore that.
Exactly.
But people don't see things that way. They think, oh, these people are laughing at me, and you know, I'm gonna do something bad to my. No, that's not real. Do you understand what I'm saying, Empress Tash?
Yeah.
It's not real. So, you know, us as adults need to understand this and stop pushing it on our kids. I see loads of women on the bus. They're talking on their phone, talking loads of stuff that's not important because everybody can hear it on the bus. And they pass their kid the phone, and the kid's going through the games and all that and this and that. And sometimes I think to myself, you know what? You could come off the phone, get the little kid off the pad or whatever, and have a chat to the kid.
Yeah, interact with the child.
But people don't want to interact no more. People want to use technology and put the blame on technology, and let him get his time with the games, and let him do this and let him do that. And this is where things are going wrong. So I think adults and children should back off of social media. Not saying I'm not going to use social media again, because I'm definitely going to be using social media, but I use it within moderation. I'm using it to promote something. I'm using it to push something. Yeah, I'm not sitting down there on my own personal thing, putting out my own dirty laundry and throwing rants and showing people how I feel. No. And second of all, why I say social media is dangerous is because we've got our phones and we're adults. And when people send these videos, people haven't got no... They haven't got no boundaries when they're sending videos no more.
No filter.
So yeah, that's exactly, Empress Tash. No filter. So people are sending you every and anything down your phone. Sometimes you get videos and you have to look at the video and think to yourself, did that person really just send that to my phone?
Mm-hmm.
What are they thinking? Why this? So people don't really care. So they will send it to young adults, whoever. They don't even care. And I don't know what people are trying to prove from sending videos. Like, I really have to question myself to think, what are you getting by sending this video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're so desensitized now that they will just send anything and not realize, oh, is that actually appropriate to send? Or should I actually even be looking at that? But they just think, oh yeah, forward it on, make it go viral and all this and that. And it's like, who did I just send it to? Some people don't even look at who they send it. They just send it to everybody in their phone.
Exactly.
And it could be to a child or to an adult. And yeah. Social media's taken over.
And you know, another thing what I would say as well, as diplomats, be cautious when you're sending stuff to people's phone. Yeah, know what you like and what you like to receive, and try and do unto others as you would like done unto yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Someone send you some message, oh, if you don't send this on, something bad is going to happen. Why? If you don't like reading that yourself, yeah, and you're thinking to yourself, why did that person just send that to me? But you end up sending that on to someone else.
Yeah.
So you can't really get upset with the person that sent it on to you, because you're doing exactly the same thing. So we need to be more considerate.
Yeah.
We need to be more considerate. And we need to keep these youngsters off of social media. There's so much to life right now.
Yeah.
There's so much in your young little life that you're going to learn and you're going to see. Social media is just going to... It's going to warp you.
Yeah, definitely. We need to protect their innocence.
That's right.
And that's what it's about, protecting that child's innocence, letting them grow up and see the world in a positive light. There may be some negatives, but just letting a child be a child.
Exactly.
Or a young person be a young person and be outside. Not every minute being on social media, taking selfies. That's another one of my pet hates. Like, just living life.
Thank Kim Kardashian for that one, you know. Thank you, Miss Kim Kardashian, for that, you know. Like, I hope you think you achieved something, because I see people taking selfies in the middle of the road and they're not looking where they're going. And what is so special about taking a picture about yourself? I don't understand it, you know. And I would like someone to explain that to me. What is it? Attention seeking? What is it exactly that is so special that you hold your own phone and you take a picture of yourself? And some people walk down the road talking to themselves, like they're filming, like Snapchat or whatever, they're filming themselves. Yeah, and I'm like, what is it about?
Yeah, sometimes taking a photo is good, because you're taking a photo or something good in your life or making memories. But a lot of it is just
unnecessary.
Taking a picture for taking a picture, just because they want to just keep posting things up on social media.
For that fake like. It's a fake like, isn't it?
Yeah.
The fake like and the fake love. So, children, what I would say to the diplomats nowadays, if you can, stay off of social media. Just enjoy your life. Enjoy life. You know, life is very, very... It's a very, very complex thing. You know, when you're young, you go through life, you enjoy yourself. You don't realize how serious life is until you get to a certain age. You don't want to be getting serious before it's time to get serious. And if you start going into social media, listen to me, young black diplomats, stars, if you start going into social media before your time, you're going to make your life very, very serious. And you don't need to be doing that to yourself. You need to be enjoying life, expressing yourself, you know, having a great time. And, you know, just taking it easy. Just being a child. Be a child. Don't try and be an adult before your time. And we always used to say that to, like, youngsters, and older people used to tell us that. Don't grow up before your time. There's a reason why they tell us that. Because, you know, you're going to land into a street one day, and the first thing you're going to say is, I'm too young for this.
Exactly.
But you put yourself in that street. All right, so... Empress Tash, what would you say? That subject, is that subject covered?
Yes, I think so. I think we did well on that one.
Okay, so diplomats all over the world, social media, within moderation. I'm not saying you can't use it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You know, some people use it for promotion, some people use it for whatever, but don't get personal with it. And like Empress Tash just said to me, keep a balance. Yeah? And that keeping a balance doesn't mean jumping on it at 10 years old or 8 years old. You don't really need it like that. Yeah? You don't really need it like that. You're going to be exposed to stuff that you don't really need to be exposed to. So please take heed. Let's move on to the next subject, Tash. Okay, so next topic is young diplomats, young black diplomats, knowing how to take care of themselves and how to money manage themselves. Well, knowing how to take care of yourself, you know, you're growing up, so you really won't know how to do that. That really comes from your parents, right?
Yeah.
Your parents, so it's good to listen to your parents. You know, they will teach you how to look after yourself. And I know youngsters, they don't want to take no talk from their parents, or you think your parents are moany. But remember, they've been through this stage before you. If they tell you something, they're telling you something from experience because they've been through that. So they're trying to give you something so you don't end up getting stuck in the middle of the road like they did maybe 20 or 30 years ago. So it's good to take heed. Money management, what can I say on that? That is a hard one because we don't really learn money management and stuff like that in school. Yeah. They don't teach us economics and money and all that. They don't teach us nothing like that. So that is really a hard one. You know, I think that comes from your family. If your family are savers, then, you know, you'll learn how to save. If your family are spenders, then you'll spend. But what is it that you think that we need to tell these youngsters to get them to manage their money right? Because, you know, these youngsters, some of them make a lot of money and some of them don't.
Again, it's a hard one. I think the kids need to be taught this, and hopefully they would have parents or someone that's influencing their life that can teach them how to invest their money. Because that's what it's about, investing. Not going out all the time buying the latest trainers. You can't live in them trainers.
That's right.
So you'll have £6,000-7,000 worth of trainers, but where's your house?
True. Very true.
Where is your car that you've paid for outright that's not on finance?
That's right.
So again, I think it's like, it's something that should be taught in schools. Definitely economics and finance and trading and being on the stock market. Because a lot of these young people don't know about that.
That's right.
And it's like there are some smart young black people that if they invested their money wisely, they could have their own business. Their own property. They could have people working for them, but they're not taught that. They're just taught about buying the latest this, the latest that,
bling,
having
bling.
this club, yeah,
bling bling,
having this latest trainer, this latest designer, this designer that. But in 5 years, you spent all that money on that designer clothing. You could have had a down payment for a mortgage.
Exactly.
And have be on the step ladder to getting a property, or investing in something else, or investing in stocks and shares. And I think that is something that we, as a black people, we should be looking into that more. There are a lot of people that are very financially savvy, but there are some that just don't think in the long run. They don't have a 5-year plan.
Yeah, they don't think long term.
Yeah.
They think short term.
Exactly.
Yeah. What I would say also on that subject is that start small. Start small. You get your little pocket money. Maybe you get a 5 or you get a 10. Break the 10 up. Maybe you save £2.
Yeah.
You save £2. That's just, you know, that's just money to do whatever. You save another £2 for clothing. You got £6. You can spend the £6. Every time you get that money, you divide it up. You put some away for something and some away for something else, and then you spend what you're spending or use it to, you know, just keep yourself afloat. But it's always good to separate your money, and you start doing that from young, and you start saving up, and it starts to build up, you'll have something. But a lot of us are not taught how to save, because a lot of us are coming from poverty, and our parents and our grandparents maybe never knew nothing about saving because it was so hard. So we've come under that same trait as well. We don't know how to save, or we just want to spend. We just want to look good. It's not about looking good. It's about saving something and having something for a rainy day. And people used to say that to me years ago when I had money and things was good. And I never used to listen to them, to tell you the truth. I never used to listen to those people. I used to think, you know what, it's my money, don't tell me what to do. But when, like Empress Tash says, when you're sitting down with your holy trainers and your holy gams, and you're bruck, and you're waiting on your gyro, or you're waiting on some money that's supposed to be paid for you, or you just haven't got anything coming in anyway, what happens to all those pretty clothes and those pretty gums? Nothing. It's just a waste. It's building up dust. So it's always good to save money for a rainy day. Put some money away. No matter how much money you're making, put some away. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. So young people, you know, you got to start getting smart with your money. Because when you get to a certain age, no one ain't giving you no money anyway. Donations and people, handouts, that's not going to happen no more. You're on your own 2 feet. So you have to save whatever you got, put some away for a rainy day, and use the rest just to keep yourself afloat. That is the advice that I can give to young people on money management. Yeah? Try and save your money and be smart with your money. Don't be silly with your money. Don't use your money. One man used to tell me, don't spend your money on fly. Yeah? Save it or use it for something useful that, you know, it will work out for you in the long run. Any last words, Empress Tash?
No, I think you said it all. You just got to just save a little bit. Even if it's 10% of what you've got. Just that little 10% you put aside. You put in a nice account that earns you interest as well. So understanding interest and growing your money as well. And investing it wisely. And yeah, that is it. It's just be positive and save and build on something and have a 5-year plan. Exactly. Just have a goal of where you want to go.
And this information is not too much for someone that's young. Don't think because you're young you don't have to do that, or it's not a wise thing because you're young and you just want to. No, you can start from, if you start from young, by the time you get older, you'll be a giant, right?
Exactly.
You'll be a giant. So that is what we have to say for, you know, young people looking after themselves and managing their money. One last thing I want to talk about, Empress Tash, yeah, which is very dear to me, and, you know, I definitely think we need to talk about this and shed some light on this. Young sisters in the UK. The young sisters, yeah, they have to kind of like know themselves. You understand? They have to know themselves, because I see a lot of sisters, yeah, moving like guys. I see a lot of sisters going on like they're gully, going on like they don't care about anything. A lot of the young girls nowadays, they're not coming up with this traditional woman. It's like some new age thing. That, you understand where I'm coming from, yeah. Tash? It's like I look at them and I don't see what I used to see 5 or 10 years ago with girls now. It's like girls are turning into boys and they got a whole different attitude, and it's like you got to keep your traditions about you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying, Tash? I think you need to bring clarity to it. I'm trying to explain it, but what I'm trying to say is like they need to keep their traditions and their culture and certain things about them, what make them womanly, yeah. What make them special. Yeah, don't give up those traits.
Yeah, no, I totally understand what you're saying. It's like there is a lot of women and young ladies that are losing their femininity.
Yeah, that's the word. That was the word.
Yeah, they are just. Again, I'm not sure where it's coming from, where they want to act so manly and boisterous and just not have that elegance about themselves.
That's the word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that there are a lot of women and a lot of young ladies that are still holding on to that and still being refined and still being ladylike and having a certain level of decorum within themselves.
Yes.
But there are a lot of them out there that want to be screaming and fighting man on the street.
That's right.
You think you're a man, and then as soon as they box you down, you want to cry.
Call the 999.
Yeah, and want to call police on them because they've boxed you down, but you hit them first.
Yeah.
But because you want to act like a man, they're going to treat you like a man.
Exactly.
So you will get treated the way that you act. And if you want to act like that, be prepared for the consequences. But I just say there's still a lot of women out there that are still positive and holding on to their elegance and holding on to their femininity and still being strong.
That's right.
You don't have to act like a man.
That's right.
To be strong.
That's right.
There's still so many women that are out there that are powerful and strong and holding on to their elegance and still being feminine.
That's right.
And not carrying on like a man.
Yeah.
On road.
Yeah.
A road man, as they say.
Yeah. And you know, some guys are attracted to that, and some guys are not attracted to that. Me personally, I'm not attracted to that. I like how I grew up. I knew women to be women. Mm-hmm. You know, no disrespect to the ones that are acting like men, but you need to go back into that
femininity.
Go back into your elegancy. Yes. Yeah. Go back into your elegancy, yeah, and know your role and know what God made you. How God made you is how things are. This change up and trying to act tough and trying to, you know, if you're trying to act tough for guys, right, or you're trying to act hard for guys, that means those guys are idiots. Mm-hmm. Yeah? That means those guys are idiots, because no man in their right mind wants a woman acting like that. You want a woman to act like a feminine woman, you know, elegant, nice, dainty, and just cool. You know what I'm saying to you? You don't want no woman rearing up and this and that and what? No. We don't want that. We're trying to get away from that. Yeah? Because what I personally think, I think that the women have got the key to guys. Yeah? You are our key to success, our key to everything. So, you know, we need you lot more than we think we need you lot. We need you lot way more than we think we do. And, you know, guys, with this macho thing, they get egotistical. Yeah. That messes them up as well.
Exactly.
So what we need is humble empresses to keep us calm, to keep us balanced, so we can know ourselves and stay in our space and humbleize ourselves. Do you feel me? Yeah. But if we haven't got humble women, you know, it's like we're fighting with ourselves. It's like you're fighting with a man. Yeah. So being a lady and being humble is a very, very important thing. Remember, I tell you this, diplomat empresses, is a very, very important thing. You might not feel it or you might not think it, but you are the key to your man. Yeah, you can build your man up or you can flop your man.
Exactly. You have that strength.
God has blessed you with that. God has blessed you with that power to build or break. Just like we can build or break our women. But to be honest with you, a lot of men don't know what they're doing. That's no disrespect to men. Yeah, I don't want no guy saying, Sir Drumz is throwing me underneath the bus. A lot of us don't know what we're doing. We do a lot of things for women to impress women, and we're always looking for that recognition from women. So we need women that are humble. We need women that are balanced to keep us focused, in check, and know what we're doing. So, empresses, my word is to you: humble yourself, know yourself, be about yourself, and recognize your strength, and use your strength in a positive way to help us to get better as kings, as emperors. Help us to get better, because we definitely need you. We definitely 1,000,000% need you. I won't try and say that it's not a man's world, it's a man and a woman's world, and we're trying to make it better for you, and we want you to make it better for us. Do you just want to close on that, Empress Tash?
I think you said it really well. I think it's really well. As the old saying goes, is like the women are the backbone to the man.
Yeah.
The man is the hunter and the provider.
That's right.
And you need to have that balance, the yin and yang. You can't have yang and yang.
Or yin and yin.
Yin and yin. You've got to have a bit of a balance.
Yeah.
So I just think, just women are strong. Men are powerful and strong as well. And you just have to have that balance.
Yeah.
It is just a balance.
Yeah. What we need that. What we really need, we need that Wakanda, but not that fake one though, innit?
Yes.
We need that kind. We
Yeah.
need that kind of energy, but not the fake Wakanda what doesn't exist. We need to bring a Wakanda in our real lives.
Yes.
Where we empower our women and our women empower us. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
with saying that, we're gonna close now. You know, I just want to say, large up to all the diplomats worldwide, black diplomats worldwide, every country. Do remember, you can come on to the Diplomat Show and you can share your experiences, you know, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're just standard guy, whether you're just a motivator or a preacher or a teacher, you can come and you can discuss with us. It would be a pleasure for us to have you on our show, you know, and we just want to build. So we're just trying to say light and love to everybody, and we want to build and we want to unify, you know. Diplomats, my word for you is this. Tomorrow morning, get up, do what you're doing. When you hit the road, any diplomats you see on the road, any black diplomats you see on the road, whether female or male, say good day, how are you okay? Spread the love. That's what we need to do more. We need to spread the love, because there's a lot of tenseness and tension, and we don't really need it because we ain't done anything to each other. We just need to spread more love and be more caring and start looking out for everybody as brother and sister, because that's what we are. So diplomats, I want to say large up to Empress Tash. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. Blessings to you all.
All right, and we're going to hear much more of Empress Tash, you know, and blessings, enough love. Black diplomats were out.